It is an artifact which, according to legendary, holds the soul of an entire kingdom. This artifact obviously captures the imagination of both foreign and local tourists, and even the indigenes of this kingdom. The golden stool of the Ashanti kingdom is seen to be the royal and divine throne of this Ashanti kingdom. According to historical facts gathered from the Mansha Palace, which happens to be the throne house for both the golden stool and the Ashanti chiefs, Okomfanoche, who is high priest in the 17th century or in the 16th century, commanded this royal throne, which the golden stool from the heavens. According to legendary, he commanded it to descend from the skies and landed right on the lap of the first Ashanti king, Osei the First. Now, for us to understand what this royal throne, golden stool is, and how the legendary behind this golden stool, we must first of all look at the historical background of this stool, the dynamics of this stool, and finally the structure and how significant it is to the Ashanti kingdom itself. First of all, Okomfanoche, the high priest, and Osei the First, who is the first Ashanti king, happen to be two key and prominent figures in bringing about this golden stool of the Ashanti kingdom. Before time, or in the 16th century, before the 16th centuries, the Ashanti kingdom were divided. It was divided, and we had different Ashanti states ruled by various chiefs. Because of disagreements and because of differences in chieftaincy structure, they did not have any common structure to come together and have one king. And so there was this kind of dispute as to who will be the paramount chief for all these states of the Ashanti kingdom. So this Osei the First met this high priest Okomfanoche from a town called Ukugwa. And after seeing his powers and how strong he was, he invited him into his kingdom to help him establish his kingdom. On one occasion where all the chiefs had gathered in a ceremony called the Akwesidai ceremony, Okomfanoche, according to legend, commanded a golden stool to descend from the skies and it landed on the laps of Osei, and this signified authority and dominion. So Osei was made the first paramount king of the Ashanti kingdom. And this golden stool actually unified the entire kingdom through allegiance to the golden stool. Now I have a picture here. This is a picture, a drawing of Okomfanoche actually commanding the golden stool descending from the sky. And these are the people, the chiefs and the people gathered in the ceremony, in the Akwesidai ceremony. And this happened during the 16th century. Now, the golden stool itself is so dynamic in nature. It is only 24 inches long, it is 18 inches high and about 12 inches wide. It's not all that big, but the golden stool actually holds a great significance in the Ashanti kingdom, in that it is so recognized to be the throne that actually embodies the entire kingdom. And it stands for unity and identity for the entire Ashanti kingdom. Now, after the golden stool was commanded, the Ashanti people came together and decided to expand their kingdom into an entire empire. And so, through military skills and through military activities, they were able to expand the kingdom through the dry savanna to the northern part of Ghana and to the southern part of Ghana, where the European settlers had built their castles. At the end of the day, because of the golden stool, a lot of quarrels, a lot of wars rose, because the British governors wanted to seize this golden stool for themselves. And the Ashantis had also promised to protect this golden stool with all they had, with all their strength. And so there were a series of wars between the Ashantis and the British settlers. One happened in 1896 where their king, Prempeh I, was captured and taken to Britain. And in 1900, there was another famous war called the Yasantua War, which broke up over this same golden stool. And even though the British won the war, they could not seize the golden stool because it was hidden in such a way that no one could get access to it. Let's look at the significance of this golden stool. The golden stool actually stands for a structure, and it stands for dominion and kingship authority. Normally, because of the sacredness of this golden stool, a king is normally lowered on it, raised and lowered on it without touching it. And this stool is not supposed to touch the ground. Actually, if you can see the stool over here, with all the other golden artifacts, it is overlaid entirely with gold, and it is held in high reverence by the Ashanti kingdom. To the Ashantis, this throne actually holds or actually embodies the very soul of the Ashanti kingdom, and it is a sign or symbol of authority. So taking this from the Ashantis is like taking away their whole kingship or their authority. In occasions, in rare occasions or on some great festivities like the Akwasidai festival, you see the golden stool on a different stool right beside the Ashanti king. So in this picture you can see the golden stool on a different stool right beside the Ashanti king in this festivity called the Akwasidai festival. They reverence this stool so much that it is a center of attraction or center of discussion as far as the Ashanti kingdom is concerned. In conclusion, looking at the historical background of the golden stool, the structure, the dynamic structure of it, and its significance to the Ashantis, one will understand why it is considered to be a royal and divine throne of the Ashanti kingdom till date. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Good job.